This is my Tokyo Marui AKM GBBR, and since I've had it, I've fell in love with this thing. They seem to just chug away on full auto. I've modded, this is one of the magazines that I've modded. This is the one that I used for the video where I used the pipe cutter. And all I've done is I've just filled the mag up with propane, obviously, when that was done. I've just took off the bolt lock here so we can demonstrate this. So we've got semi-auto and we've got full auto, and that's just how it fires. It sounds like it's slowing down, but it's not. The standard AKM rate of fire is very slow. I'm not sure what that is. Perhaps we can try it on a chrono, but even if I put it through the chrono, you're going to hear how slow that is. So in today's video, we're going to be fitting the upgraded recoil spring. And we can pop this set off here. It's a 2-part spring guide, much like the real AKM. And we have this Bowmaster one to try out. So, because sometimes when you charge the bolt on the AKM, if you're pointing the barrel like slightly up, it's just the bolt can be a bit lazy coming forward to battery. So, we've got this lovely long Bowmaster spring, and we've got the spring guide components, if they'll come out the bag. There we go. And I presume we just replace these bits with the metal ones. So I think we pull down this spring, and then this will separate so it pulls apart like that. Be very careful to let the spring forward because it will want to shoot out, which you don't want it to do. There we go. We can slide that spring all the way off. Let's take that guide rod off as well. We'll open this up. I don't think we have to have this apart. I think we can just spread these apart, hopefully. And we can just remove that plastic one. We can swap that out with this lovely, I think it's just a, is it just a cast part? It looks like it. Lovely metal part here. That is a very simple, straightforward fit. We can put that back through like so it fits together. And this is probably where it's going to get a bit difficult. I've only ever done this once before, which was a while ago. So we're going to want to feed this spring on. And we're going to want to pull this through. This might take you a bit of time if you're fitting this part. Because the guide rod wants to move down with it. We just keep pulling it down. Then what I'm going to do, because it's sort of situated down there, I'm just going to pull the guide rod back out, which is going to want to do its judo moves on you. And then we can split that apart. Is that the old one? That's the old one. Pop the new one in there. It just clamps in like so into the 2 holes. We let that forward, and that is the guide rod spring fitted. You can already tell this is a lot chunkier. And then we fit that back into the AKM. So how easy was that of an upgrade part to fit? Super easy. We'll pop the top cover back on. So yeah, if you don't have the dexterity, you might struggle a little bit in your fingers. It can just be one of those things. Just be very careful that as you're loading the spring up, you're not pointing it towards a TV or something. And I can already tell that's a lot heavier. Already feels more AKM like, and let's see what this thing does. So we'll do semi-auto, and we'll do full auto. It is faster. Definitely seems faster. Let's put a bit more gas in this thing. This is a cold magazine as well. It just keeps going. And we can turn that. You have to be careful disengaging that now, because if that flies forward, it's going to pinch your fingers. This should lock back. This should go dead after a shot. And we are empty. So that is how easy this part is to fit. I'm going to keep these parts in case I want to change how the gun performs in terms of rate of fire. It's not a horrendous increase, but it does give you that better feeling, like you're actually charging an AK and not like a cheap toy or something like that. So I think just that, how it flies forward, it just makes the rifle feel a bit better. So it's a very inexpensive part. I think it was like, hazard a guess, like $12. It is just a spring and 2 parts. I mean, that might be wrong. Don't get me, don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure when I put the order in, it was the cheapest part on there, and it was like so negligible. I was like, why wouldn't I buy it? So that is how to fit the Bowmaster 130% recoil spring into your Tokyo Marui AKM GBBR. And as you can tell, obviously with the magazine, I just love shooting this thing, even if I'm not shooting anything out of it. It's a totally different experience to the MWS, because the MWS is quite fast and like rapid, and it's very controllable. This mimics very much the real AK, which when I went to shoot it in Vegas, if I can find the clip of me shooting this in Vegas, I'll pop it up now if I remember in the edit.
Full auto.
However, one thing I noticed when shooting the real one in Vegas was how uncomfortable the stock is, and just messing around with this and sort of firing it semi-fire and full auto is just, I remembered how uncomfortable an AK is to shoot. The stock's just too small for me. It's not very comfortable, and that's why I wanted to change it. I do have the adjustability with the next video coming up with the stock. I think I'm going to chuck, because I'm going for a modern build with this anyway, and I know the AK purists out there are going to be like, what, you putting modern bits on this AK? I know, I could have gone put wooden bits on, but I'm going to be using this thing. And if it remains as good as it is, I could probably say I'm going to be using this stuff as much as my MWS is, to the point where I'll probably get another 1 or 2 of them. So I need it to be comfortable. I need it to perform. So I need to have it where I can bring it up into my shoulder, and I can fire it with confidence. And if fitting an M4 stock and putting an M-LOK rail on the front there is the way to do that, then so be it. So thanks very much for tuning this video. This is how to fit your 130% recoil spring from Bowmaster. Recommend this part. It seems to be made really well. It's very inexpensive for what it is, and I only fitted this part because a buddy of mine had it and he swears by it. He loves it to bits. So thanks for tuning this video, and from me and Bench, I'll see you in the next one.